Hey guys, it's that time again. Welcome back to Trekyards. I'm Captain
And
Foley.
I am Commander Cockins, and we had reasonable amounts of canon in this last week episode, and we both think it's a bit more Star Trek-y because of it. But one thing that you, Stuart, called out instantly in our review is what?
Well, as you guys know, I love my LCARS. I love my computer displays. I love Star Trek computers, and I really want to call out the LCARS display that is on his desk in his study. We've seen some computer displays in this show over the course of the run so far, and I've been underwhelmed to say the least. Either they're very pale blue colors, or they just don't have that defining LCARS aesthetic.
Or they're
Even like
very other sci-fi, just
exactly,
noise, as in Less Arena, where it's just kind of like you would never think this was an LCARS. I mean, obviously it's civilian ship, therefore you can justify it, but it's not going to win any awards or be on anyone's lists for good-looking LCARS.
exactly. So yeah, a lot of muddy, murky, generic sci-fi stuff. Even on Mars, when F8 is doing his thing on the panels, you see some LCARS elements, but it's all the same color. It's all cluttered together and just jumbled around. It looks like crap.
Yeah,
No
you can tell
offense.
it wasn't art design so much as put together. Whereas obviously Michael and D. Sakuda, when they invented LCARS, everything was about clean, efficient, functional, and he even designed every button for the most part on panels. It was thought, and you can kind of sense the thought put in when using it, and to the point where certain actors would even be given lessons on how to use the buttons because each, they said, well, how do you fire torpedoes? And Mike could say, well, this button, rather than other shows where, like Babylon 5, you look at consoles, it's just like flashing buttons. Nothing means anything, but doesn't need to. Whereas Star Trek was always about logic, and it follows through with all the different designs. It's one of its greatest achievements, in fact.
And definitely one of my favorite aspects of the show. So when I saw this LCARS pop up on his desk, which has defined LCARS borders, it's got the proper kind of color palette. It's got some offset colors of like a orange or a well these different colors throughout the course of TNG. Um, but this is a nice refinement. You got the blue, you got the orange. Everything's confined within LCARS like boxes. I think it really holds true, and it really felt Star Trek to me for the first time since Picard started. And I think this is fantastically done. I've got no issue with this. I want to see more of this. Again, you can change up your computer displays at home. I'm sure he chose this one. The Blue Serena, of course, is holograms and civilians, so it can be different. But I want to see. I hope this is what they're using on Starfleet vessels if we ever see one.
It's tricky because it's such a defined look, and to go forward. But this point in the season, episode 6, they tend to film out of order but do VFX in order roughly because you need to get it done. So by episode 6, they are starting to see things from earlier episodes that they then want to tweak, change, and they might have even finished episode 2, and this director might even say, oh, well, I want actually, how Justin Lin came into Star Trek Beyond, and he said, I hate the Enterprise, let's destroy it. Like, I don't like what's been done with Ryan Church and the JJ Prize. Let's change it enough so I'm happy with it, and then we'll kill it and make our own version that he likes. Like, a director can have the control to fix a problem, and some LCARs are very. But this might be a point where they're saying, okay, that design didn't really work. Let's do it. Let's give it another pass. And we did see a similar LCARS feel on the pad that was in the Picard archive. And I called that out for being one of the best ones, but it was very dark. It didn't really come to life. This one comes to life. And it's got the base shapes, but it likes to cut holes in the LCARS and put more detail there and have boxes and lines that does kind of give it that one little, we're pushing forward. But this one, yeah, like you say, it all fits into the box of LCARS, and it's neat and it's sleek, and it even has the lettering that feels appropriate. And yeah, it's neat. It's neat, and obviously, it was only helped by the fact that we kept seeing stock footage clips in the scene.
Yeah, yeah,
That
exactly.
could only help with that, and they weren't even like they just sort of brushed past because it was just a thing. Other shows might have said, "Look, it's Roman Senate people from Voyager," but no, it's just like, "Oh, yep, this happened. Yep, this happened." Like it was a nice little look, all the stuff, but also moving on.
So it's retained that LCARS-iness, and I also love the stepped approach because it is the little thing like stick this big on his desk, right? Essentially, that projects this. I love the large display, and then it steps down to two smaller displays and then two smaller ones on the side. Even though it's a holographic display, I don't have a problem with that here because it's the future, it's Picard. So holographic displays, I'm not too worried about. This actually played to their advantage in this scene, and the last episode as well was something else. But with this one specifically, where he's scrolling through and he comes across the picture of Locutus, it's just such a great. I don't know if it's scene direction, whatever you call it, where you see his face behind the LCARS and Locutus is overlaid, and it's so creepy. He puts his hand up, so it's a great use of a holographic a thing. We saw this. We saw that before with. Soji and Ramda, her face was overlaid with Soji's face, and it's a very creepy look. Here, it's very impactful with Locutus. I love it. I'm not really talking about the LCARS now. I just like the fact that it's holographic, but
and it works fine here. I still think it's inefficient use of budget. Patrick's acting to nothing, and yes, he's good, and yes, the payoff with the see-through is worth the money for this one, but I mean having even just a real screen, I think would have almost been better. We're more focused. At least everything except the see-through bit. But that's just my general thing about where the money's going. It's going on things that...
I can see them doing this scene in TNG, and it would be just a normal LCARS panel, like the science station on the bridge. You see a picture of Locutus, and then as he deactivates the panel and goes black, you can see his face there as a substitute for Locutus. That's how they would do it with the reflective surface of a regular LCARS.
And I'm assuming, yeah, you're right, that we know that La Serena has very boring LCARS, and we've seen him do LCARS before, but this is, he did just say, well, as he's feeling more Starfleet-y, as he's on a mission, maybe he has swapped the wallpaper to Starfleet Basic, because he wants to feel more connected. Yeah, it's good. And like I said, I like how it's been cut up. It actually works, and it shows you that you don't need to reinvent the wheel, but you can make the innards of a wheel look really snazzy.
Ooh, there's so many different kind of styles of rims and spokes, and
but they're not,
absolutely.
But they're not reinventing the fact that it's a wheel. The wheel is the most important bit, and this is a good reinventing the wheel by not reinventing the wheel.
All right, guys. I want to thank you guys for joining us, and please hit that like button. Let us know what you think about this LCARS design down in the comments section. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Should it be different? Did you even notice that it looked more LCARS-y this episode? Let us know in the comments section. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and do all that good stuff. So,
well, and now they can join, Stuart. You turned that on. So what is the join feature? Because it's pretty cool.
There's a join button down beside the subscribe button. If you hit it, you can choose the rank of commander, captain, or admiral, and that basically you join the channel. And if you're a fan of our live chats and join on a regular basis, it's a great way to interact and get some really cool other stuff. You get your name noticed, you get different color, you get badges beside your name that change the longer you're a member, and you also get access to cool new emojis and stuff for the chat. So if you're a big Trekyards live chatter, it's a great idea for joining the channel. So go.
And speaking of, you should join lives. We do them every single week, talking about subtopics on Picard currently. And once Picard will be over, we do news, we do reviews, we do TNG things, we do general topics, we do discussions. It's really great as a way of talking to our fans and just discussing Trek in a balanced, interesting way with a lot of graphics. A lot of YouTubers that do lives, they just talk at the camera. They don't read super chats necessarily. We have a lot of graphics. We have a lot of, you guys know what we do. It's all ready for you, and so we like to think we bring a lot of extra value to it. And it's about a community, So we talk to you. But you can support us on Patreon if you want to do it another way. It's a great way. A lot of YouTubers use it, and it is the absolute backbone, knowing we have that support. And the more levels of support we have in different ways, that really helps. Like you can buy merch down below. All different links are there if you want to get a shirt or whatever. Another great way. Or one-time donation at Trekyards, trekyards.com. Donate button. There you go. Or like Stuart said, just like it, subscribe. The free ways are really useful too. And maybe you think it's a good video and you want to share it to some people. Those do help. So if you can, please do. And thanks in advance.
That's right. So until next time, guys, I'm Captain Foley.
Come on, friends. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.